The Three Suitors. Once upon a time, in a small village nestled between the hills of East Africa, there lived a beautiful and wise young woman named Amani. Her beauty was known far and wide, but it was her intelligence, kindness, and strength that captured the hearts of many. As the daughter of a respected elder, her hand in marriage was sought by many suitors from neighboring villages. However, three of the most prominent and eligible men came forward, each vying for her love. Strangely, they all bore the same name, Malcolm. Each Malcolm was handsome in his own way, and they offered her different riches. The first Malcolm, a wealthy trader, promised her endless wealth and treasures from across the seas. The second Malcolm, a skilled farmer, offered her fertile land and the promise of abundance and prosperity. The third Malcolm, a warrior, promised her protection, safety, and power. Although each suitor brought gifts that could make her life comfortable, Amani was a woman of deep values. She sought something more meaningful, true love. Yet the strange coincidence of their names left her perplexed. How was she to find the real Malcolm, the one who would love her truly, beyond the riches and promises? Amani could not decide which Malcolm she should choose. Her heart was torn between the allure of wealth, the security of land, and the strength of protection. Her mother, a wise woman, noticed her daughter's confusion and advised her to take her time. "You must look beyond what they offer you, Amani," her mother said. "Find the one whose love is not in what he gives, but in what he holds in his heart for you." Thus, Amani decided to spend time with each Malcolm individually. She resolved to test their hearts, hoping that the true Malcolm, the one who loved her genuinely, would reveal himself in time. So she invited the three suitors to stay in the village for a season, allowing her the chance to truly know them. Her journey to love had begun. The first Malcolm, the wealthy trader, was a man of refinement and luxury. He arrived with caravans of goods, gold, jewels, silks, and spices from distant lands. He lavished Amani with gifts, adorning her with bracelets and necklaces that shimmered in the sun. "With me, Amani, you will never want for anything," he told her. "I will bring you the finest treasures the world has to offer." At first, Amani was impressed by his generosity and the beauty of the gifts he showered upon her. She marveled at the jewels and felt a fleeting excitement at the idea of a life filled with luxury. However, as she spent more time with him, she realized that Malcolm the trader was often more concerned with his wealth than with her. He spoke endlessly of his travels, his business, and his riches, but rarely did he ask about her dreams or desires. Amani began to feel that Malcolm saw her as just another possession, a jewel to add to his collection. Though his gifts were grand, they felt hollow, lacking the warmth and depth she longed for in a partner. She decided to keep her heart open, but felt something was missing. The second Malcolm, the skilled farmer, invited Amani to visit his vast lands, where the fields stretched as far as the eye could see. He showed her the abundance his hard work had produced: lush crops, orchards of fruit trees, and livestock grazing contentedly. "With me, Amani, you will have land and prosperity," he said. "We will build a family here, rooted in the fertile soil of our ancestors." Amani admired Malcolm's dedication and the life he had built through his hands. She enjoyed walking through the fields with him, feeling the rich earth beneath her feet, and listening to him talk about the land he loved. Unlike the first Malcolm, the farmer took time to ask about her, inquiring about her family, her past, and her hopes for the future. However, despite his warmth, Amani noticed that the second Malcolm's love for the land often overshadowed everything else. His passion for farming consumed him, leaving little room for anything beyond his fields. While he was kind and attentive, she wondered if he would be able to love her as deeply as he loved his land. The third Malcolm, the warrior, was a man of strength and valor. He was known throughout the region for his bravery in battle and his dedication to protecting the village. He showed Amani the armory where his weapons were kept and spoke of the many battles he had fought to keep his people safe. "With me, Amani, you will always be protected," he told her. "No harm will ever come to you as long as I am by your side." Amani admired his courage and the way he carried himself with pride. She felt safe in his presence, knowing that he would always stand by her in times of danger. The warrior spoke of honor, loyalty, and the importance of standing strong in the face of adversity. Yet as she spent more time with him, she realized that his love was tied to his duty. He saw marriage as a responsibility, a partnership forged out of obligation, rather than passion. Though Malcolm the warrior was noble and strong, Amani began to wonder if his heart was as impenetrable as his armor. Would he be able to open himself up to love, or would he always be driven by duty alone? After spending time with all three Malcolms, Amani found herself no closer to a decision. Each man had qualities she admired, yet each relationship felt incomplete. Her mother's words echoed in her mind. "Find the one whose love is not in what he gives, but in what he holds in his heart." Confused and frustrated, Amani decided to take time away from all three men to clear her thoughts. She went to the river, where she often went to think, and there she prayed for guidance. She asked the spirits of her ancestors to show her a sign, to help her recognize the true Malcolm when the time was right. As she sat by the river, something unexpected happened. A small, delicate bird flew down from a tree and landed on her shoulder. The bird chirped softly, and though Amani couldn't understand its words, she felt a sudden sense of peace. The bird fluttered its wings and flew away, disappearing into the horizon. Amani smiled, feeling as though the spirits had answered her plea. Renewed with a sense of purpose, Amani returned to the village. She knew that her task was not just to observe the Malcolms' offerings, but to test their hearts. She devised a plan, one that would reveal the true Malcolm, if he indeed existed among the three. The next day, Amani invited the three Malcolms to her home. She told them she had made her decision, but before announcing it, she asked each of them one final question. "If we were to lose everything you've offered me, your wealth, your land, your protection, what would you still have to give?" The first Malcolm, the wealthy trader, was taken aback. "But Amani, why would we lose it all? With my wealth, we will never be poor. That will never happen." The second Malcolm, the farmer, frowned. "If we lost the land, Amani, we would be ruined. The land is everything. Without it, there would be nothing left to offer." The third Malcolm, the warrior, looked her in the eye and said, "Even if I lost my sword, my strength, and my title, I would still have my heart. I would give you my love and my loyalty, for those are the things that can never be taken from me." Amani's heart swelled. She had found her answer. The third Malcolm, the warrior, was the one whose love was pure and unconditional. He saw beyond his riches and his role, understanding that true love was about giving one's heart, not material possessions. At that moment, Amani knew she had found the real Malcolm. With a radiant smile, Amani chose the third Malcolm, the warrior, as her husband. They married in a beautiful ceremony filled with joy and celebration, and the entire village rejoiced in their union. Their love was built on trust, respect, and true understanding, and together they built a life of happiness and fulfillment. The lesson from Amani's story is clear. True love cannot be bought or won through material wealth, land, or power. It comes from the heart, from loyalty, understanding, and a deep emotional connection. When seeking love, look beyond the surface. True love resides in the soul, not in what can be possessed. Amani's journey teaches us that the greatest gift in love is not what one can offer, but what one is willing to give unconditionally.